GTA 6 might be the most anticipated game ever, and honestly, I think the internet has lost its mind over it. At this point, a random tweet or post on the GTA 6 subreddit instantly becomes, quote, credible. Everybody suddenly turns into a detective, measuring shadows, counting pixels, cross referencing the position of the stars and planets, looking for the tiniest piece of information that'll feed into their copium. And the crazy part, the game's not even out yet. Hell, we're still around 6 months away if it doesn't get delayed again. I think they're waiting for the version of GTA 6 they've been building in their heads. And that's why I think Rockstar is in one of the most unique situations the gaming industry has ever seen. Frankly, Rockstar's tight-lipped approach to this game has only added fuel to the fire. When people don't have information, they start creating their own. It has nothing to do with Rockstar being untalented. It has nothing to do with the game looking bad. Definitely has nothing to do with GTA 6 not breaking records because let's be honest, it's gonna break a lot of them. The real problem is the expectations surrounding the game has become so massive that I'm not sure any developer could realistically satisfy them. Don't get me wrong, I think GTA 6 is going to be incredible. Rockstar has earned that level of trust. There's a reason they have two of the highest selling games ever made. GTA 5 became the most profitable piece of entertainment in history. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is still one of the most immersive games I've ever played, even all these years later. When Rockstar releases a game, gamers aren't the only ones paying attention. The problem is that the longer we wait for GTA 6, the bigger the expectations become. We're approaching, if we're not already there, a point where people expect the game to be everything all at once. The greatest open world ever made, the greatest story, the greatest graphics, the greatest AI, the greatest physics, the greatest online experience. And if you take a step back for a second, you gotta ask yourself, can any game realistically live up to all that? I think part of the reason expectations have gotten so out of control is because modern AAA gaming has been on a pretty rough stretch. And honestly, a lot of that rough stretch happened after the last time Rockstar released a game. Think about that for a sec. The last Rockstar release was Red Dead Redemption 2. Since then, how many major games have launched unfinished, broken, or practically unplayable? How many have been filled to the brim with microtransactions? How many live service games have shown up with huge promises only to get shut down a few months later? Gamers have become frustrated, and because of that, people have started looking at Rockstar differently. They're not just another game developer anymore. For a lot of people, Rockstar is one of the few studios that they still fully trust, whether that's fair or not. When people think about GTA 6, they're not just thinking about another game. They're thinking about what they miss about gaming. They're thinking about complete launches, polished experiences, games that feel finished on day one, and that's a lot of pressure to put on one studio. Honestly, one of the best examples of this is the leak culture surrounding GTA 6. It feels like every day there's a new leak. A random account claims they have insider information, a blurry image gets uploaded, someone's brother-in-law knows somebody who had class with the janitor at Rockstar, which, if you follow GTA 6 long enough, it sounds ridiculous, but not ridiculous enough. And all of a sudden, it's being treated like verified information. A pre-order date gets leaked, everyone circles it on their calendar. That day comes and goes, nothing happens. A couple days pass, everyone forgets about it, and we move on to the next totally accurate leak. Now, to be fair, not every leak has been fake. I'd be lying if I said none of them turn out to be true. But those are very few and far between. The reason people keep believing these things isn't because they're stupid. It's because people are getting desperate. We've been waiting for this game for so long that people will latch onto almost anything. And honestly, I think that's one of the clearest signs of how massive the expectations have become. People aren't just excited anymore. They're obsessed. Now, to be fair, I don't think all of this falls on the community. Rockstar deserves some of the blame too. One of the reasons leaks, fake or otherwise, spread like wildfire is because Rockstar has been almost completely silent about this game. At this point, it feels like Rockstar's headquarters is Fort Knox. And honestly, I get it, especially after the massive leak back in 2022. But still, developer updates are rare. Screenshots are rare. Concrete information is rare. Most of the time, we're left with vague statements and a whole lot of waiting. The problem is that when official information becomes limited, people start filling in the blanks themselves. And that's exactly what happened with GTA 6. The longer Rockstar stays silent, the more room there is for rumors, speculation, fake leaks, and unrealistic expectations to grow. Eventually, people stop discussing the game Rockstar is making, and they start discussing the game they imagine Rockstar is making. And that's where things are starting to get dangerous. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because there are basically two versions of GTA 6 right now. There's the actual game Rockstar is making, and then there's an imaginary version people are creating. At some point, GTA 6 stopped being a game and started becoming a wish list. The imagined version has unlimited interiors, perfect AI, every building explorable, fully dynamic economies and environments, every NPC living their own life, countless activities, perfect realism, perfect gameplay, perfect online systems. Basically, everything anyone has ever wanted from a video game. Some fans are expecting 5 different games at the same time. The problem is, Rockstar can only release one game. That's where disappointment starts happening. Not because the game is bad, but because reality eventually has to compete with imagination. And imagination usually wins the battle. If there's one area where I think the reality check could hit the hardest, it's GTA Online. Let's be honest, GTA Online has been one of the biggest money-making machines in gaming history. Rockstar knows that, Take-Two knows that, everybody knows that. And honestly, from a business standpoint, I understand it. GTA Online has made billions of dollars. If you're Take-Two, of course you want that success to continue. You don't accidentally support a game for over a decade. The concern isn't that Rockstar will support GTA Online. The concern is whether that support comes at the expense of what made people fall in love with Rockstar games in the first place. So the question becomes, how much of GTA 6 is being designed around creating an incredible game? And how much of it is being designed around creating the next decade of GTA Online? That's the biggest concern I have, because I don't think most long-term Rockstar fans are showing up for battle passes. They're showing up because they want another unforgettable Rockstar experience. Now, I don't want this video to come off as overly negative towards GTA 6 or Rockstar, because despite everything I've said, I still think GTA 6 is going to be phenomenal. If there's one studio that has consistently delivered immersive open worlds, that understands environmental storytelling, that knows how to create worlds people want to spend hundreds of hours in, it's Rockstar. That's exactly why expectations have gotten so high in the first place. People aren't setting these expectations because Rockstar has a bad track record. They're setting them because Rockstar has one of the best track records in all gaming. The game doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be great. And honestly, if there's any studio capable of meeting expectations this high, it's Rockstar. At the end of the day, I think GTA 6 is facing a problem that very few games have ever faced. The expectations have become almost bigger than the game itself. People aren't just expecting a great game, they're expecting a gaming revolution. They're expecting Rockstar to save AAA gaming. They're expecting the greatest open world ever created. And maybe GTA 6 ends up being exactly that. Maybe it changes the industry again. But I think we should all be careful about turning this game into something impossible before it even launches. Because no matter how good GTA 6 is, it still has to compete with the version people have been imagining for years. And that's a battle that no game can ever completely win. What do you think? Are expectations for GTA 6 getting out of control? Or do you think Rockstar is one of the few studios that can actually live up to the hype? And if you're interested in more discussions about GTA 6, Rockstar, the future of AAA gaming, consider subscribing. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot to talk about over the next few months.